Hey guys, I hope everyone's day is going well. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the MOWL Hybrid. This is a super unique yo-yo that is made of two types of plastic and metal. It's a really well-made yo-yo and I'm super excited to talk more about it. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. Alright, so as usual, I want to give a shout out to MOWL and specifically Kenta Kushiro for making this entire video possible. MOWL sent me this yo all the way from Japan just for this review, so I'm really grateful to them for sending this yo and making this entire video possible. All their links and contact information will be in the description down below, so be sure to check them out at the end of this video. Now, in order to get a baseline idea of what the hybrid is all about, I'm going to show you guys the specs in the next clip, and from there we're going to talk about the design of the yo-yo. Alright, so now that you've gotten a chance to take a look at some of the specs, you probably noticed some pretty irregular things going on. So for starters, the diameter coming in at 57.1 millimeters. That's a little bit on the larger side, just a little bit, but the width at 50.1 millimeters, that's definitely irregular. That is a really, really large width, which makes this yo-yo kind of an oversized, bigger yo-yo. The weight coming in at 62.7 grams is not too crazy. It's kind of a very middle of the road weight. As the material, which we're going to talk more about, we've got two different types of plastic that are being used. So just looking at the appearance and design of the yo-yo, we've got a very clean black look. There is no logo anywhere on this yo-yo, and in general, it just looks super sleek. Now, as I mentioned before, this is actually a bi-plastic yo-yo. So the body of the yo-yo is polycarbonate, but the outer rims of the yo-yo are made of POM. So those are two different types of plastic that are being used right there, and it's a really unique design choice. I've actually never really seen this before. It's also worth mentioning that there is a metal hub in the very center of the yo-yo. So this design is definitely really unique and innovative. I've never seen a company really combine two different types of plastics, and it's definitely going to deliver some unique feelings with the yo-yo. Now, the shape is really awesome and wide. It's super comfortable to hold in your hand, and it's a very accommodating shape since it is so wide and has that huge gap. As you can see, it's got some really beefy, massive rims right there, and then just a general slope down to the bearing. You guys know I love my really wide yo-yos, and I'm super happy to have this in my collection because it's super wide. Now, the cup is definitely very interesting. We've got a lot going on. So for starters, we've got a thick outer rim that leads down to actually an extra rim, as you can see right there. So as you notice, like there's one rim on the very outside, and then it slopes down, and there's a new rim that kind of protrudes right there. Very interesting. There's a couple other kind of subtle cuts, and that leads down to the metal hub in the very beginning. So definitely a very unique design, really impressive engineering. The material of this yo is very, very smooth, and it makes the yo feel very premium and unique. Now, it's also worth mentioning what the goal of this bi-plastic design actually is from MOWL themselves. So they say that the polycarbonate body on the center is going to make it really smooth and satisfying while you're playing with it, and then they added the outer POM rims for durability and also for a greater feel. So in the play section of this video, we're going to talk about whether those claims are actually true from MOWL. Alright, so how does the hybrid play on the string? I'm not gonna lie guys, this is a really fun and satisfying yo. I actually have written in my notes on my script right here, fun yo-yo alert, and that sums it up perfectly. This is a fun yo-yo. This is a very unique yo, but also a capable one. So the feeling of this yo is definitely light. This is a surprisingly light yo. It feels really light on the string, feels light in the hand, even though the actual specs and weight of this yo is not super high. This yo definitely has some great spin times. I was impressed with how well it spun, even though it's just kind of a plastic yo. But it's also definitely a comfortable yo that really dances along the string super well. I wouldn't say that this is like the best performing yo-yo in the world, but then again, it's just made of plastic. It's just a plastic yo-yo. And what I mean by that is like, it's not your competition grade drop near like insane bimetal yo-yo. It's still a plastic yo-yo at the end of the day, but it still is capable. It can do most of your tricks. Now, if you're really gonna try to crank this thing up to insane speeds or do a super long horizontal combo, it might not be able to last for that, but you just have to take into account it's not exactly meant for that. The sound and feel of the yo are very, very unique. So since this is a bi-plastic design, it definitely just makes this yo stand out from any of the other yo-yos you've ever played with. This yo comes back to your hand very gently, and it's very kind of satisfying to play with. So as you can see, like in my opinion, this is kind of that yo-yo that is super fun to mess around with and land some of those like kind of short, fun, and simple tricks. The unique feeling of this yo also makes it really good for creating tricks. This is a very interesting aspect, but I don't know what it is about this yo. Maybe it's the design, maybe it's the different uses of plastics, but when I'm playing with it, I always just want to try something new and crazy and unique and something fresh with my tricks. It feels like a yo-yo that you can be super innovative with and really make some new tricks. As you might expect, the binds with this yo-yo are just on point. MOWL always nails the response systems of their yo-yos, and this one is really satisfying to use. As you can see, I was able to hit some really fun binds with just normal kitty string, and that just makes it so much more enjoyable to play with. I was also getting very consistent regens and consistent binds, which are great for the performance of the yo-yo. And I almost forgot to talk about the shape. As mentioned before, this yo-yo is really big. So since this yo-yo is a little bit on the bigger side, it might be more difficult to land in like some super complex complex tech mounts or chopstick if you don't have super big hands. But it also does make landing hops and whips a lot more easy since it is just so wide and there's so much catchability with it. Finally, I just want to mention that grinds are really good with this yo-yo. It's got a very smooth matte finish all around the yo-yo, as you may expect, so it's perfect for all different types of grinds. Alright, so in conclusion, this is a very unique, innovative, but also capable yo-yo. I love to see companies, try new things and use different materials and have it come out really, really well. And this is a perfect example of that. I'd really recommend this to anyone because it's just such a nice addition to anyone's collection. It can hit most of your tricks, but it also has a very unique feel and it comes back to your hand super satisfyingly. Thank you again to MOWL for making this entire video possible. I can't wait to see what new designs you come out with next. Alright, and that's about it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like. And also, if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button so you can see whenever I post a new video. It's free and you can always change your mind later. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.